This book is called Indian Managers and Organizations, Boons and Burdens. Let me spend a little bit of time on the byline, Boons and Burdens. The essential proposition being offered in the book is that Indianness is both a burden as also a boon. The burden part is fairly well known. I think the uneasy relationship between Indian ways and the corporate ways is fairly well known, has often been talked about. For example, our propensity to personalize everything, our preoccupation with hierarchy, and several such things which do not quite sit well with the meritocratic culture which most organizations wish to cultivate. So the burden bit is fairly well known. The interesting part is the boon bit, because what we find that in many ways Indianness and this tension of the Indian ways with the corporate ways is not just a problem. It also has tremendous creative potential. The reason why this creative potential is not recognized is twofold. One is that we assume that the corporate way is final, is the be all and end all of everything, and there is nothing beyond it. Unless we begin to think that there are alternative ways in which management, leadership and organization can be seen, Indian ways will always seem like only a burden. The second, and that's the bigger problem, is that by and large our propensity has been to understand Indianness through lenses which are not very helpful for this purpose. These lenses invariably are of the kind which use discrete categories or binaries like good, bad, right, wrong, dominant, submissive, introverted, extroverted and stuff like that. Now when we use these binaries, we get a very distorted picture of the Indian reality. Because in the Indian psyche, the emphasis is not on isolating phenomena and putting them into categories. The emphasis is more on trying to understand phenomena in relation to each other. I think this was beautifully expressed by A.K. Ramanujan when he described of his difficulty in being able to understand as to how his father could hold both astronomy and astrology in the same brain. And in his own words, he said, I was looking for a consistency in him, a consistency which he didn't seem to care about. The fact is that contextuality plays a much bigger role in the Indian psyche than consistency does. And therefore, in order to understand the Indian phenomena, it is important to use a lens which is pluralistic, which is contextual, which focuses on pattern recognition rather than placing phenomena into discrete categories. The lens which has been used by us in our research with several organizations and individuals on the entire book is based on the data collected from this research, from our findings from all these, is a lens which focuses on interplay and pattern recognition. Consequently, this book is as much about the phenomena as it is about the lens. It also talks about what this lens is, why this lens is necessary, and enables us to see how this tension between Indianness and the corporate way can also be a tremendous opening. In that sense, I think this book is essentially beginning of a journey, and I invite you to join us in this journey. Thank you.